What up? What up? This Ed, Quran, the Sum, back at it with my official thanks experiences. You know, about to jump on, hopefully eventually with my man Tabari. You know, a lot of names to go by. I'll call him T. Um, Probably, man, if you want to go by years and still communicating and talking to somebody outside of somebody that's blood, probably knowing him the longest, I would believe, but outside of the years and numbers, it's not even the quantity. You know what I mean? It's the quality. So like it's been great, man. As far as just sharing whether it's athletic moments or just kicking it, hanging out, and then I was just seeing his life, just kind of the ups and downs and the perseverance and the resiliency, just kind of just to bounce back and just back against the wall, still swinging and just doing his thing here. And like I said, it's been great. He's a father now, um, and just watching him, just from standing on the sidelines, whether I was high up on the bleachers or just sitting right there, right next to him, right on the sidelines, just watching him go. So I'm looking forward to just kicking it with him. And again, my little plot, just getting folks is kind of just talking about their lives, growing up, what have you too. So just gonna hold tight, just wait for him to jump on. All right.
Yo, yo,
Yo, what's up? What's up?
what up?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm seeing you got a little grays, everything, man. You getting
Oh
it
man,
just
yeah,
me.
you kept me on my save day and shit, man. You know, this is save day. But I embrace it. Story about me is that I don't my stuff don't grow in like everybody. I be slick a hater on the beard nation
Yeah.
because it don't grow in. It don't go in right. So I'll be like everybody all fly with their beards and look everything, and mine be looking like man. So I'm a hater though.
Yeah, keep something goatee, something. I don't know if you do the goatee thing or can you keep
I do
does
it
it
like
pass?
mine is like real coarse, so I keep it like that I got hair. But I just keep it like and to keep my boyish features. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm still pulling them 25 to 35, so it's like the skew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, I hear you, man. Everybody good? How's mom?
Man, she good. Man, she downstairs. Like she hurt her back last week, so we were just kind of taking care of that. But man, it's good, man. It's all been a blessing. Been a
Hmm.
blessing that she's here. This like been a crazy. I know everybody got journey stories, but it's been like a journey with her. You know what I'm saying? Like and like at this point last year, we had kind of had like a rocky into this year. So you know what I'm saying? It's the COVID thing, kind of leveled things out and made put everything into perspective. I think. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, absolutely. And Amani, she good?
Yeah, she's good. Crazy cool. Crazy cool. That's my kid. Crazy cool because she's definitely
Absolutely,
crazy,
man.
but
Absolutely.
she's like a real good time. She's a real good
Good,
time.
good, good, man. I was trying to just catch you, man. I know you ripping and running and everything, man. But this little thing I was just doing, man, just trying to get folks like just their childhood experiences about in the whole Essex County. I know you spent time, you know what I mean, I would say Orange, East Orange and Montclair, predominantly in East Orange, but just kind of just what was it like for you? I mean, just to kind of just put it out there.
It's so funny. Like when your world is like a micro, you really don't know nothing, nothing different. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, I knew Stockton Place, so I grew up on Stockton Place down the hill in East Orange, New Jersey. Um, I feel like I wouldn't want no other childhood. You
Yeah.
know, like it was about 30 kids on the block. Uh, from the time we woke up in the morning, like I had best friends and we was outside, you know what I'm saying? Just that whole atmosphere of getting outside and getting to it and figuring it out.
Hmm.
So I'm really kind of blinded by that, like we in East Orange and we in the North, you know what I'm saying? That not being the suburbs or it was considered the inner city. I didn't know it. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I just in um to be to keep it funky, I like a little bit of edge. You know what I'm saying? So it was fun to kind of start exploring about the stories you hear about Newark and this and that. So me and my mom, we lived on Stockton Place in East Orange, and we stayed with my grandparents. And sometimes it was about 5 or 6 of us in the house.
Hmm.
Um, my grandmother, she lived in South Orange. So when I was that was like the first time stepping out and seeing things were different. Like not that my house was. I knew when we were growing up in East Orange, my was different from my house from other people's houses. Is that ours was like clean. You know what I'm saying? We had new rugs and new. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like when I went to my house, I knew it was different from my neighbor's house or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought we was kind of bougie because, we lived in cleanliness or whatever. Like I go to other people's house, they rat and roach infested. And we had a building at the end of the block that was that too. So, you know what I'm saying? I just knew that ours was like a little bit, cleaner than everybody. So, I didn't know no difference, whatever. But I would go up to my grandmother's house in South Orange, and they would have like amenities, like their parks would be cleaner. They had like pools, and their recreation system was a lot different than ours. So that was like seeing that things was different. Like, and that wasn't but 10 minutes away, up on South Orange Avenue. She lived at the top of South Orange Avenue, so I would go there on the weekends, go there for the summer. So that was like my experience, like a little bit. Like I go away and we get to go to pools, and they had other amenities in life that we didn't have. Uh, so East Orange was cool. It was tough though. So it's so funny that I love Naughty by Nature, and it was funny like when like they blew up like my freshman year in college, and I feel like just the music like embodied like everything that I was. I was a ghetto bastard. It was guard your grill, knuckle up. It was all those things. Like what I'm saying, not saying that I was a tough guy, but I feel like down the hill and still to this day that everybody is solid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody that I'm saying is not a solid individual. And you're not saying that people ain't shiesty or whatever, but I'm saying something went down, like, niggas ain't running. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hold it down and hold it down for each other or whatever. So that was that whole thing of me walking through earth. I was never like a scary kid to go like anywhere because I felt like, I knew I grew up around real serious older dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like when we played on Cobras together, but it was like completely different when you got the Rams. Like you would have the whole neighborhood at at the practice, and you would have niggas gambling on the basketball courts, and everybody had that lineage of the park, so you never knew who would come through. But Jokers was serious, you know what I'm saying? Some real serious guys. And as I grew up to see what people became, it was serious. But one thing that I would say about before I went into it, it was something about that soil in that park that made like some interesting dudes. Like I want to do something on that one dude because everybody who came through that park, whatever, a lot, I'm not gonna say everybody, but if we came through that park, if you said you was gonna do something, you was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? If you said you was gonna be a rapper, you was gonna be Naughty by Nature. If you said you was gonna be the music industry and movie, you was me. You said you was gonna be, a fitness, so you was Fabian Thorne or whatever, like the people I said. If you say you was gonna be a gangster, whatever, I know I got jokers that got quadruple murders. You know what I'm saying, from that park that I grew up with, like you know what I'm saying, and always knew that they was serious cats.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. So I feel like the early times in New York in East Orange was definitely like me jumping off the porch. It was like perfect. It was for me who I became. I know who it was perfect for me to go on a life and not really have too many fears about that. My fears are different than other people's. So around when I was like 10, I think, my mom, we moved to Montclair for a little bit. And that was like a culture shock to me, even though I was familiar. I had family in Montclair. But the main thing I remember, the two main things, I went to Hillside, and that was like the gifted and talented school. And I used to be able to sing when I was a kid, whatever. I used to be in like all these plays and choirs and stuff like that. So that's what I went to Hillside for. And I really immediately, as soon as I got in Hillside, the education system was totally different. That's when I saw the bar.
Yeah.
coming from like East Orange public schools and going like to Montclair public schools, it was just like a whole. It was like that was the culture shock. Like, okay, this this could be fun. Like education could be fun. It could be other things besides the books. They had workshops
Yeah, them
and
stops. Yeah, yeah.
they had like this thing. It was called Creative Eye. They had this drum corps that was like amazing. All the cool kids was in the drum corps or whatever. Me and Kid Goodwin, we were in this thing called Traveling Troupe. So we had like this play that we could put like in a room, like at an old folks home, or we could do it on Broadway. You know what I'm saying? And they would just like bring us, and we would just like we'd do the play like 3 or 4 times a week, at different places, just kind of traveling and different stuff. So it was like different from just being in a classroom every day, what I was getting from East Orange. Then and it was just so much like when I got to Montclair, I was more segregated into my peers. It felt like in East Orange, everybody was like kind of lumped in together. You know what I'm saying? And in Montclair, it was like very age appropriate. Like you were with your age group, you were with that. You know what I'm saying? Just from like football, when I played for the Rams the first year, it was like I was on the same team as the eighth graders when I was in fourth grade. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got to Montclair and everything was like weight and age, I was like, that's why I really became who I feel like who I am. You know what I'm saying? It was like I stepped out of East Orange and I know with my age group I do well. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if I get a glimpse of this for a couple of years, that this is what life is more about than being on the same team as George Moore and all them niggas that was, what I'm saying, that was doing it, and I wasn't getting no time or nothing like that. It was like more of that. But Montclair was like a good thing. Met some really good people. Grew as a person, I think, in Montclair. That's when I think I got personality, and a lot more confidence just in that short time in Montclair. Like and it was the first time I remember I realized that when I was in Montclair that those relationships is going to be there. So that the world is so vast that you could go conquer another thing and come back home and that it still be there. You know what I'm saying? You could go up in Connecticut and have a whole nother, but when you come back home, it's going to be there. So it showed me that, you can meet other people and, what I'm saying, and maintain friendships and stuff like that. My seventh grade, came back to East Orange, and that was like a whole nother thing. Like I came back, I felt like I grew. So when I came back to East Orange, I was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Had a little bit more confidence, just whether it was in the streets or in the sports. Like I felt like it was like cool. And then one thing that was cool about East Orange is like the athletics program. That's what I feel like kept me when I think about like how did I escape the nonsense or whatever, because it was there. Like I always felt like I was on the cusp of I could be in jail or some dumbness or whatever. Like what I'm saying, when I look at my counterparts and things happen. But the athletics, it was like it was at a different level than other places. Like and I feel like that's where I kind of I was known to. I came back. It was dope, like coming back to East Orange, because I didn't know how to feel. Like what I'm saying, like I'm coming back in the park, but I was just like, oh, where you been? And let's go. We had you gonna start a corner. You gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? And it was like, all right, cool. It went back, and and then it took me a step back too, because like playing for the Giants, like I was a star. You know what I'm saying? And then I go back to the Rams. I'm a role player, and I'm happy to be a role player because I'm looking at my backfield like, yo, these niggas jokers I see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always talk about Shea Mill, Anthony. What's his name? Anthony Small, Anthony Small, Fabian. Like we had some like dope athletes that went on to do some dope things, and I was on the team. I was small at that point, but like I was on the team, and I felt good about that. And I know, when I had something to look forward to in high school, and that I could play with pretty much anybody. And that was like another thing too, is like I learned it more in high school, is that being from Essex Catholic, we could go to any park and play. I mean, Essex County, we could go to any park and play. You know what I'm saying? Like we already been vetted. Like, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought everybody was dope. Like, we go and so when I started going out to different places, I'm like, yo, we get busy a little bit better than everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then when I would, run track or whatever, like people be talking about us, like how dope athletes we were. And I was like, all right, man, that felt me kind of good. Um, you know, I went to. It was tough. Like it was tough. It was like another thing. It's like crazy. I had been in a conversation with somebody, and I don't know if it's me. You been throwing the hands. I was in conversation with somebody, and I realized that they had never. It was like a grown ass man too. I was like, I realized they had never had a fight. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, well, how many fights you had, man? I was like, how many? Nigga, I got. What you want to talk? What segment of life? You know what I'm saying? So, and I had seen something else, and I just feel like ghetto kids, we always fighting out of the ghetto. Like it's always something. It's always something that's transpiring. You know what I'm saying? That is. I don't know. Like I don't think I could have walked away from none of the shit that was my obstacle at that time of my life, and that's what it is. But for other people and to be grown in the inner city and you not been mixed it up with a couple of times, so like it's like that's interesting to me. For example, like boom, June, my man June, like his lady, they in Delaware now, and the bank got held up. She worked at the bank, and the bank got held up and shit.
While she was working.
While she was working and shit, and so like he was trying to be there for her, but he like kind of said like, yo, babe, like it happens, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to snap out of it and get back to life. And she was like, no, things like that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, dog, how many times I've been robbed or whatever? Like, I remember pistols on us and everything, and it's just like I feel like when you got your blinders, you don't know no better, then you that's why I always feel like we all got a little bit of PTSD in regards to that. You know what I'm saying? Just the urban environment. And I'm not even knowing that I was in an urban environment. Going back to Montclair, it was interesting in high school because I'm living in East Orange, but I'm going back and forth to Montclair. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, a little bit, when you get to Montclair, it was us in the ties and the blazers, but you come back and around the way. I'm talking about blazers. I'm not trying to come on the block or like a square, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to have those jokes about nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? So just that dichotomy, that was interesting. And I feel like I kind of strayed away from home. I stayed a lot. I realized I stayed a lot in Montclair, like all as much time as we can. We was all gym rats or whatever, and then really kind of lost my foundation kind of in East Orange during that time, which might have been a good thing. You know what I'm saying? At that time, my best friends, they had moved to Georgia, and I was just like, it was nothing for me. That was just like head where I put my head. Then my mother moves up on Prospect, and I didn't really know nobody up there. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a time to kind of focus on high school and be kids in high school, and I think that was good for us. Or good for me, just kind of focusing on and being up there and being under the covering of that, whatever that immaculate thing was. When I went to college, that's when it started to be like, you meet people from different places and even different places from New Jersey and going to meeting some white people that are not from North or whatever, like some, suburban people, and going to their house and see how they live. And, that's, kids got a rental property on the shore and all that. That stuff was like bugging me out. Like, what I'm saying? Y'all got property, y'all renting a house for the summer. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So that's when I realized that, like, man, you ain't seen much. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen much out of Essex County. You ain't seen much out of downtown. You know what I'm saying? Like, shopping to me was going Broad Market. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like it's some money. I'm going out Broad Market, get a beeper, get some gold teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that, we get everything I want. That was shopping. So going up in malls and seeing stuff, like, it was I was always cool. Like, it wasn't like I hadn't seen stuff, but like I hadn't seen a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And still to this point, like, I haven't seen the world like I want to see it. But just like to say, coming back to like Naughty, they kind of stamped, East Orange as being cool. It was like I didn't even have to like say where I was from. Yo, you from? And it all kind of, and that's why like it means so much to them because I feel like they gave me identity before you know what I'm saying? Before I got to put the Tabari on them, it was like, yo, East Orange, it all kind of connected. And so and then meeting people from other places and seeing other things, it made me realize that we was a lot more urban than I ever imagined at first. You know what I'm saying? Like I damn near thought, you know, from having family on in Weekway, like Prospect and Stockton Place, them like the suburbs, and I really thought, you know what I'm saying, it was like the suburbs, even though it was 10 minutes away or whatever. I felt like I was up in Montclair or whatever like that before I ventured out. So, but for me, it was definitely a dope foundation for me. It was definitely a dope foundation. No matter what happened, no matter what, like I kind of enjoyed. Like I was definitely like that embodied, like that urban kid growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, nah, definitely. I
Yeah,
can.
that makes sense.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. I mean, even some things I didn't even know about, man. And the reason again, I know my curve was to get you on talking about this, but my other thing too, man, was just something I was like, yo, I'm just gonna start doing. And this thing, I don't even call it no podcast. This is my experience. It's like officially my official thanks. And I just kind of just I just want to thank you, dog. Like obviously I think the age and the years I've probably known you longer than anybody, but I don't even count the years. I mean, because that don't mean nothing. I mean, it's the quality. You know what I mean? And I think it was just one of those things too, man. Just like whether it was running in Cobras. I mean, I know that one year was short lived because you was acting up in school. And mom did her mom thing and yanked you. But I think still in all, just even to reconnect, like in high school and from then on, just kind of, constantly, obviously been cool and just running together, whatever the case is. And even though life's have taken different courses, from college and adulthood and everything, man. But just want to let you know, like you definitely like one of my day in and day out heroes, man. And I think it was just one of those things in regards to just, just your life in general, man. Like small in stature, but you know what I mean. You rock, man, and that didn't mean anything, man. Like you just kept going at it, whether it was, athletically, then even career wise, man. Who's to say, man? It was took pride being like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like even when your career just started thriving, man. Like I took pride in be like, yeah, my man's at A&R or whatever, whether it's Jive University. My man's in the music business. He know this person, he know that person. But even outside of the glitz and glamour, man, it was something you wanted to do and you did it. And I think that was the kind of what I got out of it, And I think even when you hit those rough patches, leaving the record labels and all that stuff, and just being like I said, them rough spots, man. You found ways to cover those patches, man, and just and figured it the hell out. And even being up in Jersey, and then ultimately you bounce it down to Georgia. That I always remember you saying, man, shit, I left Jersey with 30 grand and a pistol. And, you know what I mean? And it was just kind of one of those things. And you figured it out down there. You figured it out. And again, even being down there, again, the entertainment business is crazy, man. And I wouldn't want. I don't even think I would have the mentality for it. But I think just for you, just kind of the ins and outs and the wins and the losses. That's what made you, and that's what built you, and that's what continues to build you. And even you to this point right now, as we talk, man, just kind of just figuring out and kind of doing stuff on your own and just figuring it out. Not necessarily. I mean, if you needed a quick little 9 to 5 to kind of just keep your lights on for a second, you did it. But still, in all, the big picture was whether it was Tabari TV or just something else, man. You on it, man. And like I said, I'm just so proud, man. Like I said, to say you one of my men's, man. And I think it's just you being officially you helped me become officially me, man. You know what I mean? Even early on, I think even in the high school days, man, we talk about, shot it, whether we talk about girls or we talk whatever the case is, and look at it now, like obviously married with a little daughter and all that other stuff, man, and then just even the fatherhood, man. And I know you have your ups and downs, you know, um, but regardless, the one thing that you are consistent, you're in Amani's life day in and day out, and she know who her father is, and I know you don't talk, and then whenever you do bring it up throughout our years, I mean, I just sit back and listen. I know your relationship with your dad wasn't, the way you want it to be, but you'd be damned if that's going to be the relationship you're going to have with your daughter. And I see it day in and day out, just hearing your voice when you're talking about it, the things that you guys do and everything else here, man. And again, I know sometimes we got to take examples, not so great examples, to be great examples ourselves. And and I
For
think
sure.
also, and again, it was interesting. I actually had you mentioned Cobras. I actually had Lee on here last week. I got to talk to him. Kind of just kind of similar too, man. I was just like, man, you just taught us to just basically even with him, and you kind of get a kick out of it, man. We had to super crunch this life, man. You know what I mean? Like we just had to just get to it.
It's so funny about that. Even with all of those, man, we had good coverings. Like you know what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
and I could say that both on both sides of that, even at the Montclair, like it wasn't no goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that we would have got caught up or whatever, but you don't know. Like it was like one day I was with my daughter, and something June is is her godfather,
Hmm.
and he was just like, man, it's so much light in her. You gotta protect that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I see that. Like my kid is a kid. You know what I'm saying? She's like a kid, and she's a special kid. So I just want to keep that. I don't want her having to experience nothing weird. And I just felt like Lee and meeting solid brothers like that, it was important because we was covered. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't trying to do nothing weird, take us to the game. We sit there and analyze games, or we come up and playing with the Tyco cars and
Right.
crib or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was that like those like I wanna do something for those brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't know how. Sometimes I'll be just like, damn, when I get a bag, I want to do all of this stuff, but like life be passing on. It's just like I want to do something. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I will have a bag to kind of go back to the, to the Stanley Edwards and the Lees and even the Kieran's and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody didn't have the best with Mr. Dyer, but Mr. Dyer covered me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was, but like when I got there, he made sure that like I was on that squad of his people he covered, and I appreciate it because you know it was high school was a weird time for me. I did my thing, but I wish I had some adults to talk to, and I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying it was a lot that I wouldn't want no kid to go through and not have nothing to bounce it off, nobody to bounce it off. And I feel like that's still who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even when it's tough, like I'm gonna try to figure this shit out with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna try to figure that out. And I know that God, has a lot to do with that. And that's like another thing, man. Like life, once I really feel like God was covering me, or I could go back. Like sometimes when I'm down and and things ain't going right, man. All I got to do is just backtrack my blessings, man. Like I've always been a blessed person. I've always
Mhm.
been a blessed person. Like I ain't trying to give nothing to nobody, you know what I'm saying? But like jewels and something or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Soon as I get in the door, I'm trying to bring I got tickets, we got this, we gonna go
Yeah.
here, you know what I'm saying? Like make sure everybody can experience that, and that's like important to me. So like right now, and this what I want to place on you too, is like this our renaissance. You know what I'm saying? Like we all going through something at the same exact time. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna pretty much come through it at the same exact time. So you feeling a different swag or feeling a different opportunity. I see you putting the content together and all that. Like go for it.
Absolutely.
Because it's your time to do something different. You know what I'm saying? It's your time to come up and say, hey, I want to lead a state, or I want to do this, or I want to, because I honestly, and the shit don't be easy all the time, but like, I don't march to nobody drum but mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. And I learned recently, you know what I'm saying, that you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your mind. You got to take care of your mental before you able to do anything for anybody else.
Hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying, line those things up to make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Line those things up, and then everything kind of comes in line with that. I always wanted the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. That's
I'm
right.
never somebody that never want. I always want the ball. Give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? And I might drop a pass or whatever, but it's been times like, you threw me a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And that's like dope to me. I had that shit in a rhyme. I had this shit in a rhyme. I done caught touchdowns or something. It was like something plain things. My man, I done caught touchdowns in big games for my main man. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the shit we did is real. You know what I'm saying? And shit that I'm doing is real. And I've been blessed with those opportunities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's like when I look at my life, like I'll be bugging. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? You done dipped here, whatever. I done be close as hell to what I've seen as success. It ain't. I don't feel like I have it, but I've had some success. You know what I'm saying? Not to the point that I don't know what God has for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been around the big bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
Right.
let some of that come over here, but to me, it all is a divine plan. Like, I'm learning that more and more than anything. It's all a divine plan. All of this is written, and you know what I'm saying? As long as you stay healthy, you stay rightfully minded, you're gonna be led right to your successes. You're gonna be led right to the things that, saying you love the most. And as long as you keep it, you keep it as a righteous, it's gonna be, it's gonna be righteous when you get your glory, And so that's how it is for me, even down here right now. Like, I don't know exactly what I want to do like that. I really don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying here, like, I'm saying that the same thing to you, but like, I don't know. But what I learned is I'm being kind to myself right now. And I ain't trying to, like, in the music industry, I was trying to push everything and
Yeah.
push and push
Yeah.
and push and push. And I was like, I look up and I was like, it was cool, but it was a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that I missed a lot because I'm just grinding so damn hard. You know what I'm saying? But that was like the period of time. So now I'm just trying to find like some balance, you know. I started realizing that things are presented to me. I may need to work a little bit more hard on some marketing and promotion, but maybe that's the seeds that I've planted over the years. You know what I'm saying? That are bloom at different times or whatever. But yeah, man, just like being kind to myself, I'm learning that more and more. Like, life is tough out there, man. Life is definitely tough out there. And but I know that the best is yet has to be yet to come. I honestly feel that the best is yet to come. You know what I'm saying? That the best. I've done some things, but I really feel like God has put some talents on me that I don't even know why I got them right now, but I'm ready to catch the ball, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw me the rock, put me in the game, and I think I'm ready for anything right now, though.
No, absolutely. I mean, the lanes is clear, man. The lanes are totally clear for everybody. It's just who going to drive them, who going to get on there and take that ride. So the lanes are definitely clear.
I don't, man. It's just everything's so crazy. It's just like, man, like even like last couple of weeks, just like you just thinking like the unfathomable is happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you still here. I always used to say that to my aunt. She used to say all the time. I used to be like, yo, I think our generation is here to see something. So it was like funny. And I used to say that when I was like a kid. Like, I feel like we on this earth to see something crazy. Like, so, and I used to kind of think it was like 9/11, you know what I'm saying? But after like a couple years after 9/11, I was like, nah. But like recently, she had just brought it up because she was staying with me a couple of weeks ago. And she was like, you used to say that? And I was like, man, with this Trump stuff and this COVID and everything, man, we got to come out this better. We got to come out this stronger.
Yeah.
We got to come out this appreciating life more, appreciating what we got. We, saying we both girl dads, you know what I'm saying? Like that whole, and I think we like the same type. We like rough around the edges and shit with these girls.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It definitely softened me up. It definitely, like, Amani has taught me to love that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to, I had lost that whole feeling. Like, just kind of living life and just being what I had. And it was just like, wow, like, loving her made me, want to love more. You know what I'm saying? And looking for, my queen and stuff like that. Like, and it makes me feel good about that. Like, it makes me feel good about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and moving down here and just seeing like different people and all different things. It just the future is wide open, man, and I'm excited about when we be able to get off the porch and jump back in the game and see what it's about. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to like. You know what I'm saying? Like what my new swag gonna be too. You know?
Yeah. And even all that being said, man, like that's what I always, like I said, just one of my admirations for you too, man. Like thinking forward thinking, man, and like knowing, like I said, in this obviously situation we're all in, we are gonna come out better. We should, or at least have no choice but to, unless you just wasted these last 9+ months or
People,
so.
hey,
You know what I mean?
people have. You know what I'm saying? People, some motherfuckers just been up in the house, woe is me, and trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Personally, nigga, I cleaned up my credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't have a credit score before this. I'm not
Yeah,
lying. Not that,
yeah.
and it wasn't even fucked up. It was just like I wasn't using credit. I had a couple of things that was on there, And shoot, I taught myself the stock market. Like I'm made like $2,000 the last couple of months on the stock market. You know what I'm saying? Getting all my the financial literacy was very important to me because I feel like I missed out on some of that SBA and some of that other money because I ain't have that my shit like that in order. And dude, this show you like anything can fucking happen.
That's right.
Anything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, as a man, we gotta be in order, you know what I'm saying, for our tribe, especially if we leading the way in our tribe. Like we gotta have shit in order. You know what I'm saying? So,
Looking, yeah, they looking. They
so
watching.
with
Yeah.
me, it was just like, it was like progression. Like some of the things that like I kind of like taught myself, like I got like even with my jumping on the DJ shit early on, like I'm so fucking razor sharp for those, like I went like 40 days straight, like, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like cool, and my crates is where they need to be. And I'm like, that area of my life, like I want to see that. Like that's what, when you say, well, what you want to do? Like I want to like rock festivals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go out and rock festivals. But it's so funny. Like I had traveled with a festival 2 years ago. I traveled with this Pink festival. I don't know if you ever seen like everybody wear pink. Um,
Nah, no.
yeah, I'll show you whatever. But I did the videography, and it was so crazy. Like I had studied. I would send them to you. I'm gonna study a style of what I did, and because they crazy. But I was like, how am I balance that? I could do this right here, but I want to be able to stage. Hey, we had Kid Capri at once, but we went to DC. We had Kid Capri. We had some no names up in Nashville. We had Manny Fresh came to Atlanta.
Okay.
I went with him to like 5 cities or whatever. So I was like with that. But just kind of, I had fell out of love with music after the music industry, and just kind of falling in love back in with my first love, but like maintaining it to a point where I don't ever want that shit to be like on no business shit no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to really just enjoy music.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying I don't want to do no music business stuff because it's like it's real nostalgic. Like one of my dudes is like he became like president of RCA last week. It's like damn, Mark Pitt, he was Biggie's manager,
Yeah, I
and
remember
when
that. Yeah.
I was up at when I was up at Universal, he had got a little label. He had a label deal when it first opened up. You know what I'm saying? So I
Was
was
it
like,
like by storm or some shit like that, right?
yeah, by storm. So I'm with like Gucci. Like I'm like I ain't even know I was like that big manager. Like nigga introduced me to Big. He brought Big to me one day. Like it was like, yo, I know you the Big come in, dap me. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
shit. Like
yeah.
to tell me like I come right to his office in the morning while eating bread. Like where y'all at? He was like, man. He was like, yo, we had 6 shows this week. This weekend, like, it's like, he was like, yo, we getting like 75 grand a show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here's like, yo, we was on planes going here. Here's like, yo, here's like Sunday night, Big was sick. And he was like, yo, I'm not gonna book no, he's like, Goose, just keep booking them, you know what I'm saying? So all of that 96 when he got killed and everything, like we was all kind of together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So even being that close to that situation and like, you know what I'm saying? Life be like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the little things that I've been around and been able to see. But, it just was like mad nostalgic. Like, man, what happened if I stayed in the game or whatever like that? And I don't even kind of look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even kind of look at it like that. I just feel like, yo, you got to just kind of follow your intuitive. If your intuition is saying move, you got to move. You know what I'm saying? My intuition was like, yo, get to Atlanta ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like, get to Atlanta ASAP. Like ain't nothing in Jersey for you no more. You get thrown
Yeah.
in. And ever since I got here, it's been cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like been cool as fuck. So that's what it is, though.
Nah. And with all that, man, like I said, thanks, T. That's all just good, man. Thank you. And again,
Solid. You've been solid. You've been solid, brother, man. I love to see your growth and then who you are, who you become. Like you know what I'm saying? Like your world's different than you was as a kid. You know, world's different, like almost like night and day. You know,
yeah,
and it's like dope to kind of see that, like that maturity come. Like you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just dope. And I just realized, you know, even life is a long time, and like you one of the only people like we ain't never like lost contact and shit. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like you,
right.
it's like I don't know nobody that I could say that. Like it wasn't, you know, couple months that I'm, you know, whatever, or something going on that we touch it down or whatever, and just kind of like figuring that all out. You know what I'm saying? And then you know I talk to Jay like, you know, every couple of days and shit. You know what I'm saying? So just keeping that whole circle going is just like dope, and we got to keep it going. We got to do more shit, dog. Like the men shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to get more on getting out and doing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even gotta be like, let's go to Vegas. The niggas just do something. You know what I'm saying? Come to Jersey and everybody get together and break bread or something. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm saying?
agree.
We gotta do that a little bit more, man. Like this, the men's fellowship is very important. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? It's just very important. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. You know, looking forward to that.
Nah, absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, man, like I said, I appreciate all that. And like I said, to your point, yeah, definitely we gotta get to it. You gotta get to it, man. And nah, that's it, man. Like I said, we talk often, man. Like I said, I ain't gotta beat you in the head, man. But like I said, I definitely wanted to just let you know I appreciate just how solid, we are and you've been and then like just your life. And like I said, don't think, what I mean, I'm in the bleachers watching, I'm a big fan. You know what I mean? I just want you to know that.
That's what's up, man. I'm a fan too, man. And I just want to be better, man. I just want to be better. I want to connect. I
Yes.
want to figure out some way we make bread together.
Mm.
Just figure it all out. You know what I'm saying? Travel, see the world, whatever, man. Like, you know, when I'm African trips, I ain't playing. Like, I'm trying to figure that shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I gotta figure shit out. That's important too, just to have, you know, have some guap just in case shit. I want to go to Africa. Fuck it, let's go, bang. You know what I'm saying? And you know, put myself, and that's what I want to put myself financially has been very important to me over this last year. And I really did a good job, man. I cleaned up all my debt, and that's crazy. And a lot of that stuff is just like we got to talk about that, like how you making money, what you doing with your money.
Hmm.
That's the shit I want to talk about. You fucking with the stock market. I'm fucking with the stock market. Shit's cool. You know what I'm saying? It ain't scary as it was. And like now everything is in these motherfucking apps and shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta buy $1,000 of Tesla and shit. You can buy $25. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot better than just having your money in a bank account just and they using it. You know what I'm saying? It's been like cool to actually see me grow money and studying different companies and seeing what's going, how it's going to react and what's going to be tomorrow. Like, we got to get some financial literacy and take ourselves to the next level and not be scared about that shit. It should be funny. Like, I'll bring up some finance, even with this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing? How you getting your bread? SBA, PPA, you know what I'm saying? All these different things. And like, people get weird about talking about that shit. I'm like, yo, man, I fuck around with Jay. Jay, boom. Jay, I've been talking to this nigga same shit. I finally like, yo, nigga, I know niggas got wah, wah, wah,
Right,
wah.
right, right.
Finally was like, yo, Tab, I'm gonna do this shit. This nigga got me damn more
Yeah,
money I
no.
know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo, we gotta, if we got information and shit like that, opportunities, we gotta just make sure that we know. And I feel like everybody ain't gonna listen, and everybody, people get funny because they ain't got nothing. But it's like, yo, dog, we gotta learn how to grow money, and if you know something, you gotta share with me and whatever like this. I'm like watching the shit now, like, all right, cool. I'm seeing how these white folks get down. I see how it is. You can go out there and get money every day, and you don't have to lose your fucking credit. You can go get it. You know what I'm saying? And even like with these government shits right now, they've been doing that shit since the beginning of the time. It's just our time we getting a little bit of break. You know what I'm saying? But they've been getting sanctions and write-offs and all that shit forever. I'm just learning like it's our turn a little bit to get something and see what people doing with it. But yeah, man. So I'm always here, Ib. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here. Definitely looking to see what the future holds for you. And I'm
I
down,
got
man.
you,
So,
man.
just keep me posted.
Absolutely, man. So we'll talk, man. Again, appreciate you, man.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, all right. Nah, good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. Like I said, it ain't just the years, it's the quality. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, man. I put my hand over my heart. That means I feel you.